Our next guest is a Juno Award-winning singer whose debut album was one of only 18 albums by Canadian musicians to achieve diamond status. Let's take a listen. That, of course, is Amanda Marshall. She is gearing up for an exciting summer of Canadian tour dates, and she's joining me right here in the studio this morning. It is so much fun to meet you. Great to have you on.
I'm sorry, I was distracted by my thin eyebrows from the 90s.
Oh my gosh, can we talk about thin eyebrows for a second? Because trying to grow them back, has it not been forever? Because we all did it.
Can I tell you that when we started the tour for that album, I went away, I moved to Los Angeles briefly, and then I moved back. And we were doing a bunch of press and stuff, and I was in LA when thin eyebrows were the thing, because Friends was on. Yes. So I came back to Toronto, and my makeup artist, the first thing he said when I got off the plane was, "What did you do to your eyebrows?"
Oh my gosh, I know. And then it, like, everybody started doing it here. I remember I was doing the same thing, and then you'd like pencil them in.
Huge mistake.
You know the other thing?
Huge.
I would do the like lip liner and then the darker lip liner. And
I never did that.
Oh, you're so lucky.
Yeah, I never did that. I was always into like a neutral lip.
Oh, good for you. You're ahead of the curve. You were born and raised in Toronto, and I love that you're going to be headlining Budweiser Stage July 12th. This is so exciting. How does it feel to be back performing in your hometown?
Fantastic. Yeah. Feels great. I've played. I'm set to have now played every iteration of this venue, because I did it when it was the Ontario Place Forum. Yep. Back when the stage used to revolve, and then it became the Molson Amphitheater.
Yes,
and
for a long time.
And so now we're back playing it as Budweiser Stage. So we're really excited.
It is one of my favorite venues in the world, actually. How are you and your crew and your team preparing?
Well, I'm a big rehearser, so we're going to start rehearsals next week. The date's not until July the 12th, and we're starting the tour at the Budweiser Stage. So, yeah, so we rehearse and rehearse and rehearse and rehearse and rehearse, and I bake. I bake cookies for everybody, so I have to get baking.
You do? What kind of cookies? What's the go-to?
I'm a big oatmeal raisin girl.
You are?
Yes.
Do you eat the dough?
No,
I do.
Ew,
That's why
really?
I know, because I make cookies so that I can eat the dough. I know.
These are like healthy cookies. I can only eat the dough if there's butter in the dough, and there's no butter in this dough. So yeah.
So maybe I only make the butter cookies.
Yeah, maybe there you go.
Shortbread. Earlier this year, you won your first Juno Award for Adult Contemporary Album of the Year for Heavy Lifting. Firstly, congratulations. What did that mean to you?
It was so gratifying because I had made a number of major label albums for Sony that were very successful, but this record was a record that I made literally in my closet at my house by myself with my own money, sort of on my own time, and it was made over a really long period of time. So it was really gratifying to sort of get recognized for this particular record.
For Heavy Lifting, I want to take a listen to the title track, I Hope She Cheats. Let's take a listen.
Do you remember, baby? Do you remember? Well, look at how it all turned out. I hope she cheats on you.
Okay, that was the first single. You're giggling.
It was the return of my eyebrows.
They're back, everybody. How were you feeling when the song came out?
It's funny. There was a real kind of calm around the release of this record, which sounds weird because it was the first album I had released in like 20 years. But it was very kind of, I was really zen about it. I loved this song, and it was the last song we added to the record. We added it because it was kind of, it changed sort of the tone of the record. It was the only song on the record I didn't write, and it really changed my whole approach to the album. So I was really excited, but yeah, I was very, very, very sort of calm about it. And also, I got COVID right as the song was coming out. So I was at home, and I got to kind of watch the whole thing roll out, which was really exciting.
It was very exciting. Okay, so you mentioned you hadn't had an album for 20 years. What was going on during that time for you?
Well, we came off the road in 2002 with my third album, Everybody's Got a Story. I immediately sort of ended a very, very long-term business relationship with my manager that I had, and it turned into this really contentious legal thing that went on and on and on and on. So it was initially, a real sort of chronic distraction. But about halfway through, I realized that what I thought was kind of the worst thing that had ever happened to me was actually the very best thing that had ever happened to me.
How so?
Because it made me into the person that I was supposed to be all along. When you're successful, particularly when you're successful kind of at an early age, I think it kind of stunts you a little bit because you're kind of caught in between your kind of the years when you kind of would otherwise be learning coping skills. And this, by necessity, this kind of infrastructure springs up around you. So absent all of that, I really kind of became who I was supposed to be. And it gave me the time and the space creatively to make Heavy Lifting, which I never would have done otherwise. Right. So it was a real it was a great kind of education.
Yeah.
Out of turbulence came this record that I was really proud of.
Well, and you should be, and the fans are super excited about it. Amanda, thanks for being here today.
Thank
we
you for having
appreciate
me.
it. Waking up
Thank you.
early for us.
Yeah.
Be sure to visit.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.